Cheers.
Cheers.
Now we're getting to the meat of the matter, ladies and gents.
That was a good one, Jennifer.
I know. Okay, so we were talking, Alex and I, about what to do for Father's Day where fathers wouldn't have to be manning the grill. So what we decided is...
Sandwiches.
Yes. As Joey from Friends would say, sandwiches.
Yeah. Oh, man.
And actually, it rings home with me personally because it was about 12 years ago that my husband and I were sitting at home watching PBS, don't judge, and we watched a documentary called Sandwiches That You Will Like. It was so engrossing, I kid you not. I went online, pledged $1 bajillion to PBS in order to get this book called Sandwiches You Will Like.
Had you had a few summer shandies that night by any chance?
We might have,
Yeah.
but I'm telling you, it was mouth-watering, it was delicious, it was like everything you needed to know about sandwiches. I highly recommend the book. That being said, that was part of the inspiration for tonight.
Okay.
Men love sandwiches. Sorry to cast a wide net and paint with a broad stroke, but it's true. Mm-hmm. So one of our favorite sandwiches comes from New Orleans. It's called the Muffelletta. And no. And anyways, it's wonderful. It's wonderful if you can have it in New Orleans, but if you can't, you can make it in your very own kitchen. So what you want to do is start with a really good bread. Most times it's done with a ciabatta, but this roll, which came from the Milton Fruit Market, is delish. It's like their own little version of that. Spectacular. Slice it in half. And then the key to the muffelletta is the spread that goes on it. So you can actually buy something which is called a muffelletta olive spread. I don't care for it that much, if you want the truth. It doesn't resonate for me the same way that the original does. So we're going to make our own, and it's super easy. So you can buy this called, say it, you know you want to.
Jardiniere.
Jardiniere, from our good friend at the Food Network. And so what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of these, and all it is basically is pickled vegetables.
It's like cauliflower, I see carrots, I see peppers. Celery.
Exactly. It's super easy, and you can buy it all done for you so you don't have to waste the time pickling.
Well, now you're talking.
You're going to put a little bit of this. Whoops. Sorry, I got a little juice on your floor. You'll be all right with it.
The dog will love it.
The dog will
love it later on, if you know what I'm saying. But
okay, so we got that, and then we also did at the Milton Fruit Market a great olive bar selection.
Oh, yum.
I know.
I love olives.
I know. I'm speaking your language right now. So I just did some olives. I did some marinated mushrooms. You can do whatever you want. Some pepper dews I often find are very good.
And you put them in with all like the olive juice and all that jazz?
Everything.
Okay.
And then because it's going to be a spread, in lieu of my favorite condiment.
Mayonnaise. Mm-hmm. I asked her if this was a mayonnaise-based dish, and she said no.
I did. I said no. How easy that
is. Yeah, that was easy. I'll give you that.
Yep, and you're done, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so this is going to be our spread that we're going to put on the muffelletta sandwich. So Alex, right here is this.
Okay, I'm in.
So you're going to spread it on both sides of the bread.
Okay.
And then what you want to do is, this is the one time when you want to buy the really good cold cuts. And you can put ham on there. We decided not to do ham, but something that is definitely a staple. Do you know what this is? Some people put olive loaf on it.
Oh, I love olive loaf. Oh, that reminds me of my grandmother. Remember, Grandma used to love olive loaf?
I know, but it's also called mortadella, which is a Italian bologna, if you want the truth. And then a little bit of salami, sliced very nice and thin.
I was going to say, we do want the truth.
Yep. And then
we can handle the truth.
We can.
Gala Girls watchers.
And provolone. Provolone is key in this sandwich as well. Now, some people like to heat their muffelletta, some people do not. The original in New Orleans is not heated.
Oh, really?
Nope. And one of the nice things, Alexandra, and I know that I gave you a spatula, but you could scoop up some of the juice from this because you want it in on the bread, so that the bread really soaks in. Because again, the key to the sandwich is so easy. It's about the bread and it's about the cold cuts and the spread.
And that's it, really? We
That
are
is
assembling a sandwich.
literally it. And then this is your first one, and you want to slice it up nice. Let me grab a little knife from you right here.
And I'm going to start going in for the second one, if you don't mind.
No, do the same roll, because that roll is for something else.
My bad.
See, look how delish. Yum.
Okay.
This basically, you don't need to do anything more for Father's Day if you want the truth. Right here. And then our second sandwich is a pulled pork sandwich. And I love a good pulled pork just like the rest of them.
Yeah.
There are apparently 2 different variations on how we do pulled pork barbecue style. There's the traditional barbecue that you can buy, you can buy a Kraft barbecue and slather it all over your pork butt or shoulder, which is what we normally do. Let me tell you how to cook it. What we did, however, is the other version, which is the vinegar version. So this couldn't be easier. You can buy a big pork shoulder or pork butt at your grocer, super cheap. You throw it into a Dutch oven right here. What we did is you sear it with salt and pepper on each side in olive oil in the Dutch oven, and then you mix equal parts apple cider vinegar and apple juice in it, and then after it's seared, you throw the whole thing in the oven and you let it cook, slow cook for 2 hours. And then what you're left with is this beautiful pulled pork. You can literally, we pulled it apart with our forks. And Alexander, I'm just going to ask you to put a little bit of juice from that in there to mix it up.
I can do that.
And then what we do after that, there we go, mix that up, a little bit of juice, just the juice, nothing else.
Getting the juice.
Mix that up.
I like the juice.
And then we put the pulled pork on here. Now what it needs, because what we have is a vinegar-based one, we need something a little creamy, and frankly, let's be honest, this is where my good friend mayonnaise comes back into the fold.
She's been dying to get it out.
I know.
All day.
And frankly, I didn't feel like making coleslaw, so I went to the fruit center and I bought a lovely little container of it.
But their coleslaw is
Delish. And you just throw that on top of the bun.
I was gonna say the thing that I love about their coleslaw is that it's not too sweet. I don't like a sweet one. I like a tart one.
No, and frankly, what you need is this. It's got the cool of the mayonnaise, as well as the crunch of the cabbage and the carrots, etc. And that mixed with the vinegar sauce that we have, and all these recipes are downloadable at greaterbostongallagirls.com. And then you have a beautiful pulled pork sandwich.
Can I just put a tiny bit more juice on?
You may.
Because I like it a juice thing.
There we go. And it also soaks into the good roll and the bread, and you have these beautiful sandwiches. And I'm sorry, but that to me is dinner right there.
Happy Father's Day, dads.
Indeed.